This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen, Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.
Rise and praise, infidels. COVID season's back. YouTube, ban this one. Try and hack me, Saudis. Now you're going to get hacked by the hacker. Ha 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 mean. I'll come and take your comedy checks, face slap my cousins, and you'll never hold me on the tarmac. Because we're back with Pierce Austin, MSG, and Hacker Hameen, the Friday locker room. Older, fatter, bolder. Oh, what is good, guys? What is good, man? Good to be back. This morning, got cold in the east side. Freezing overnight. We were at 80 the other day when I got home from Jamaica. It was a good time. Like, wow, it's nice here. And then it's here, baby. It's coming hard and fast. But it's a super nice drive to Ravens Joint every day as the leaves in upstate New York change, man. It's just unbelievable. The colors that you get to go down from these back highways that I drive. It's awesome. It really is my time to meditate during the day and hopefully not have to think about too much about the wrestling world. But it was a good week on Russo's brand this week. We had a lot of fun, a lot of big talk on Master Shoot Theater, and we'll break it all down here today with the boys are in the fucking locker room, baby. Rings set up, chairs are set up, merch table set up. MSG and Pierce Austin. How's it going this morning, boys?
I'm excited to be here, man. Thank you for having me, boys. It's great to always be on the fright of the Friday locker room. Jeez, I turned an Asian there for a second. Man, always great to be in front of the Hameen Media Group and get to hang out with two of my favorite people of all time. But unfortunately, they couldn't make it. But it's great to be here.
Tried to get Renee.
It's all good.
What's going on, HMG fam? Happy Thursday, happy Friday, declassified Friday locker room to you. Yeah, I'm doing good, Ben. Another glorious day. You're right. It's gotten cold. I got in the car this morning. It was 45 degrees. Yeah. I was leaving my friend's house, so I was like, this is a little cold. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not driving up to Watertown next month. I'm glad that's Bobo.
See, I hear you say 45 degrees, and I think Celsius, and 45 degrees Celsius is like
hot.
Yeah. No. So like you're like, I'm freezing at 45. I'm like,
yeah, what would it be, right? Like 17, maybe 17 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, maybe like
33 degrees, right? Is like 100 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So half of that would be 50. So we're at 16.5. So today was probably about 15 degrees Celsius outside. It was fucking cunt hair cold this morning.
You know what? 15 degrees can be pretty fucking cold here in Australia, dude.
Yeah. When it was
7 degrees Celsius.
It was 7?
7 degrees Celsius is
45. Oh fuck, I'm way off.
Oh yeah, that's cold as a nun's cunt, bro.
I'm way off on my scales. But hey, we're gonna keep it metric here today. It's a good morning to be back in the saddle, you guys. I know RBV was feeling really shitty on Monday, had to cancel. I think he's got the DVOC 19, so yeah, hoping he recovers, kicks out quick, and isn't a super spreader. Your mom's a super spreader. Ho! And yeah, man, no worries on Monday locker room. I didn't really feel like talking wrestling. I had a lot of business going on that day, and it's just I knew we'd cover it on Russo brand side. So yeah, there's plenty to talk shit about, whether it's 3-Eye Tony Atlas incoming and Paul Heyman hates Braun Strowman, whatever it is you guys want to shoot the shit about this morning. I'm down to do it, man. It was a good day at the joint yesterday, Ravens joint, pulling the open to close shift with the hour commute each way. So 14-15 hour banger for a hacker, but I'm doing good. It's one thing that's cool. I really do like just, based on conspiracy, I guess, based on being a human being, is doing a little stargazing, and it's been the super moon here in the Northeast, blazing bright, and it's crazy because on the drive-in yesterday, there's a Tragically Hip song called Morning Moon that I like, and I put it on while I was on there. But dude, the super moon was out. I drove in 7:55 to like close to 9:55, but or excuse me, 8:55. But like half the drive there, it was still in the sky, bright blue sky, super moon. Plays right into everything I love about Planet X and whatever's going on. And Atlas 3I or 2 Swan, this other huge celestial object that's 100 times bigger than what 3I Atlas is. It doesn't move the same, but to me, these are old pieces of Earth that were smashed in whatever cosmic pool game went on built through the past trillions of years, when Saturn was our sun. And why crazy motherfuckers still worship Saturn and whatever it was, where there were giant plants, giant trees 2 miles high before man ever existed, so or something that was resembled man. And
So
these things that come back around are a debris field for Planet X.
Are these new things they've just found?
3I Atlas has been kind of in the conspiracy feed the last 6 months. Before that, there was Oumuamua, which was a alleged comet, but it was moving very strange. It had a lot of the telltale signs of other space debris that we've seen before, but that kind of sparked it, and that opened the door for 3I Atlas, which they believe it was like space debris, but then it started moving in trajectories that were intelligent, and allegedly it's also sending out a radio signal, and then it also has a nuclear signal, like it has a nuclear reactor in it to possibly move it a certain way. And these are all from, online social media pundits. So who knows what the fuck is real? Is this Project Bluebeam and the whole thing's made up? Is this the Anunnaki returning? Is it I heard there's supposed to be a lot of people are going to find out where we really came from in the next 60 days, which means, Ancient Alien Theory, which is a show that only got on the air because they're softcore conditioning people to what the truth of, were we engineered primates by the Anunnaki who ruled for 65,000 to 75,000 years at a time in Sumeria, and we're nothing more than, I ain't saying I'm a gold digger, but I ain't fucking with no broke Anunnaki. Why are we obsessed with gold at our root value? Why is having chains around your neck a status symbol? Why are shoes so prized? These are things that slavery mentality ingrains in our DNA, and maybe it was placed there through whatever CRISPR system they had at the time, right? That even in the Bible, God made man in his own image. Right now, the three of us could donate and have a kid with a fucking donor, and it has all 3 of our DNAs in it right now. Is that not making man in your own image? Not just at its most root science level. So where are we going in the next 2 months, man? Sure, I tried to talk about Russo with the Charlie Kirk stuff. Yeah, it's hot button, and the Jews, the Arabs, the fucking MAGAs, the trans, all that. When fucking the mothership shows up, all your little day-to-day cuntery is gone. They're like, even Russo's like, can you imagine civil war? I go, you can't really. He's like, why? I was like, bro, you don't understand what it's going to be like if there was a EMP attack, all the U.S. currency's gone. You got to fucking go survival mode. Things like that. We have no concept of, because we're so babied every fucking day that we can get out. I can talk to you. You're in Australia, allegedly. That you're not an
apparently, AI. I'm an AI creation. But it's interesting. You mentioned the Charlie Kirk assassination, and I have a background in risk and security management, which means like events like that, I would be the person who goes there beforehand and would sit there and go, this is how we fucking execute this sort of thing to make sure that this goes safe and whatever.
Yeah.
And I saw basically a screening of like basically the surrounding of the area and everything like that. And it's only a video that I saw. And I was speaking to a friend of mine and I was like, that was like a sniper's dream. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, it was an amphitheater, a grass hill like that, a building like that. And he was like that. That guy could have just sat there for
just
about
starting from that alone. And like, the work is in. Like it doesn't matter what it is. Something is a work.
Yeah. And I said,
so
like,
everything you try and justify after that is what, you know what I mean? Like just from the logistics that they wouldn't have it like that. So because they did, now
my
friend
asked me, he said, do you think it was inside job? I said, well, I don't know about that. I said, but whoever his security team is, the fact that they had threats on his life prior, I said they were taking only threats that were face-to-face. They weren't taking distance threats serious. And I said his security and the security of the campus, epic fail. And the fact that they paved over that shit less than fucking 24 hours later.
A crime scene, yeah.
That's weird.
So like now, like I'm supposed to like dig deep and go down 57 whodunits, right? Like, guess what? When Amon-Ra shows up and he's 28 feet fucking tall and can press one button and fucking everyone bows before Zod. No one's going to give a fuck about the Charlie Kirk assassination is my point. I'm standing in the ocean last week and I love snorkeling, bro. It just for some reason resets me, shows me exactly how small I am. I'm looking at all these fish, these stupid fish. I don't know, maybe they can communicate telepathically, some of them, dolphins and shit, who knows? But I go, these fucking fish don't know fuck all what's going on the other side of this water, bro. We're all so important. We're all nothing. And when something shows up and truly shows us that, it's gonna be a side-splitting moment for some people because they're not gonna understand because our importance has been so raised. Maybe it'll never happen. Maybe this is all some weird sci-fi fantasy shit, but I'm not the one in NASA going 3i Atlas just split off two other parts and one is headed for the moon and the other's headed for Mars and the other's headed for Earth, and it's got to go around the back of the sun where we can't see it, and allegedly these things recharge off of star energy. I've heard this is us from the past, that this is a ship, there's nobody on it except maybe spirit entities, and now you're getting into weird shit I don't believe in and the fucking Gaia stuff, but that it could be like an arc, a time capsule from our past of coming back around. And is this the time we've advanced enough to fucking get in contact, or is it supposed to land, or who the fuck knows? And it all could be made up for government Project Bluebeam. So you start to go down these roads of imagination, or what is it? And then whatever's in our stupid little social media feed that they're putting through our matrix feeding tube, like I don't have a Celestron fucking $18,000 fucking telescope in my backyard where I can, be tracking this shit 24/7. But what is more important? Day-to-day politics, nationalism, fucking religion that was possibly made up by alien controllers to fucking keep us divided so we never actually truly come together as the slave race that we were engineered to be.
I mean, I always found that like people that argue over religion are people arguing over who's got the better imaginary friend. And I don't mean to say that to knock people that like into religion and believe in all that. I'm a practicing atheist, but I just feel like arguing over religion about who's got the better God is just like, man, whose imaginary friend's the more fun one? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's everybody's gonna win the holy war, and they all got God on their side. Well, okay,
right? Like. Yeah.
Here's what I like, my quick atheist one, and I'm surprised not more comedians have used this. I just say Genesis 6:6, and that is that God regretted creating mankind, so he wiped them the fuck out. So you're like saying God is infallible, but in Genesis 6:6, he has regrets of like, why the fuck did I make this? And if God is some Amun-Ra's nepotism nephew in fucking the alien hierarchy of the royal family, and he's just a fucking asshole kid who doesn't know what he's doing, but he ruled for 12,000 years. That's what's in the fucking Bible that people are believing in, where he made a whole race of humans and they fucked up, and he's like, I regret this. Fuck this. Wipe them out with a big flood.
It's like it's like God was just like the retarded cousin of the aliens. It's
yeah, dude. My God is infallible. Okay, let's go to Genesis 6:6. God regretted. Oh, okay. So
it's basically God was playing a game of Sims and decided to reset.
Exactly, bro. It's Minecraft with these motherfuckers, and you're nothing. If this is all going down, and the fish don't even know. And nobody told the fucking fish.
Nobody told the fish.
Yeah, dog. So it's laughable, at this rate because, yeet.
Eat or no eat. Eat or no eat. That's right.
So right now, though, it's going down in Perth. It's Riyadh season in Perth, pal. Fucking congratulations on the big shows down under where everyone gets to go take selfies for Instagram with koalas, because that's the rite of passage to show that you're an over WWE international worker.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley actually picked me up and tried to take a photo of me. I was like, I'm not a fucking koala.
Well,
yeah.
Pierce,
go ahead, Maddie.
No, you're good. Pierce, are you heading to any of these WWE events while they're out there?
No, I'm not booked.
You're not booked. Right?
Why do I wouldn't? No, that's the old. I mean, that's the old working mentality, right? Like, why would you go if you're not booked? I'm not booked, Terry.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like, dude, to fly over to Perth, which is on the other side of Australia, like,
okay.
I'm not spending that money to go and mark out, bro. Like, I've got a wife and 3 kids, man. If I'm gonna go away and fly,
what do people feel about the price there? Because you're saying wife and 3 kids, are they feeling that the same way that Americans are like, or even globally that people are saying, why are you gouging us?
Dude, I think it's like, even here, it's like music concerts, right? Like, I was excited. I'm a huge Oasis fan. I'm a 90s kid. Wanted to see Oasis. As soon as I saw the tickets, it was like $600 a ticket. I'm like, man, I'll sing fucking Wonderwall in my car. I don't need to fucking go see these fucking, like, the only reason I go and pay that is to see him fight on stage. Like,
I was gonna say, if they would have set up a boxing ring at the end, that would be a good fucking card. Every night they fight to do 3 rounds in the land.
I'd pay that $600 7 days a week. But no, like, like, I'm not paying that. And it's like, I wouldn't pay, like, AC/DC was going to cost me, like, a mate of mine wanted to go, it was going to be $400. Like, WWE, for me to go to Perth, stay there, that's like $1,000 flight and travel, plus tickets, plus food. Yeah. Like, bro, that's like a $3,500 to $4,000 weekend. If I take my eldest son with me, fuck, that's like 15 grand, bro. Like, that, you know what I mean? Like, in reality,
now is there a marked culture there that is gonna pay that, like, out the ass in Perth, and people who on the other side are traveling? You feel that there is enough fan base there that are going to cough up these premium prices?
I mean, well, they did last year. I mean, that, I think that was, I don't know if that was prior to TKO taking over. They had 70,000 sold out last year when they did Elimination Chamber here in Perth. So, for me, I don't know. I haven't really seen the price tickets, and it could be the same thing what Saudi Arabia did with WWE, where they basically, the Perth, Western Australia state buys WWE show or pays them to come and put the show on, and they basically distribute the cost to tickets or sell the tickets or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the details in that, but that could also be a possibility. But even then, man, I don't know what the tickets are costing, but if they're anything like concert tickets, and front row tickets for WWE usually are about $600 to $700 a pop per ticket.
Tickets just went on sale for 2CW this Friday. Yeah. So if you're listening to us, well, actually, so they're not on sale on Thursday, Super Secret Kayfabe, but they're going on sale tomorrow, and they're going to go fast. I think there's only about 500 seats in the place, smaller indie show, but going to be a good time with the Hardy Party on Friday night, hanging out with Matt and Jeff, music. I think Jeff's band's playing, and some other surprises going down, and then main card is on Saturday, November 22nd, and that's going to be right now. So far announced Eddie Edwards and The Godfather. Plenty more announcements coming soon. So
there you go.
Yeah, I'll be attending. Hopefully, as long as I can get tickets. I'm trying, like you
Oh,
mentioned.
hey, man, I'll make an appearance, but card subject to change people. So.
Yeah, I mean, you won't fly to Perth, but he's coming all the way to Watertown, baby. Dedication.
100%.
I have to talk to Josh to see if you're booked because I don't want you to look like a model.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I don't want to just rock up and expect the booking, right? Oh, yeah, 100%. But dude, one thing I wanted to ask you, and I saw this earlier today, and please shut me down if you don't want to like talk about this, Ben. But Rene Dupree, I saw he took a bit of a break from YouTube. I really enjoyed like the content he was making, but he posted a video earlier today. Not sure if you saw it. And he had like Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit playing in the background, but he looked like he was a little bit spaced out. And I know you're friends with him, so please shut this down. I just want to know, like, have you spoken to him? Is this because I know he used to have a problem with some pills?
Yeah.
I mean, can you touch on that, bro? Because to me,
I can say what I know and don't know because I don't know what state he's in with his issues with addiction right now, and I'm concerned for him, but because he kind of did take a break, and then I saw he came back online, and I talked to him and made some chin jokes. I think he started to take it personally. I'm going to lighten up on the chin, or maybe not, because I love him and I want to just be a good brother to him, so that's my first and foremost thing, is that I hope he's doing well. I don't know about his personal life of where he's at, or if he was seeking help. I know he has always been having battles with sobriety of different ways, and was up in the Upper Peninsula of Canada, and now he's hanging out in Florida. So I don't know the details, and I don't want to jump in his sauce that much, and nor would I think you want me talking about that.
Of course.
The fact that I hope that he is in control of what he needs to be, and he's got somebody around him. But if you're seeing posts like that are concerning, then that is obviously concerning for not just me, but a lot of the boys, especially the conspiracy horsemen. We always are like kind of trying to keep an eye on it. When his tech is working, I love being on his shows and having a good time, man, especially with Jason Sensation, or even just listening to Paul London, and I'm sure those guys are really like concerned too, so he's got a lot of people that are advocates or, wrestling mafia brothers that he could turn to at any time. And we're always there for him. And to see that he is online makes me rest a little easier. I wish the content did, made me feel like he was in his best place, but
I'm sorry for bringing it up, bro.
No, it's important because these conversations relate a lot to our listeners who are going through this exact same thing. And we put actors, performers, wrestlers on a pedestal. And when we aren't in the middle of that ring for that 8 to 10 minutes, the reality of it's hard to deal with. And Rene also is super disciplined, obviously, in other things like working out, health and fitness. I mean, the guy just looks incredible, but that obsession can lead to like an addiction to that. And I have other friends that are going through that same stuff right now, and just because you look incredible doesn't mean that you've got it all together. And speaking of incredible, because we'll just not just pile on Rene here by any means. We love Rene, and we want the best for him. And if he needs us at any time, he can always reach out. He asked me he told me last week that he wants to restart next month for me to come on. And I'd say, bro, anytime you need me, I'm there for you. So,
that's great.
But I saw Just Incredible posting from the hospital, asking people for kind of cab fare home, like saying he got in an accident. And, I've talent handled him plenty as far as being a fan back in the day, but then, working shows with Immortal, and I regardless of what he's going through, I got respect for him too. But it's just kind of like the movie The Wrestler, bro. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
it's the dark, like people rejoice in watching Dark Side of the Ring and Vice, but when you're actual friends and acquaintances and mob brothers with these guys and they're going through it, it's just a vicious loop. And it's not just one guy's problem. Like this is carnies, queers, and addicts. And when you
100%.
this is the dark side of the addict side. You know what I mean? As queer as the queer side can get, as carny as the carny side can get, right? For
100%.
Triple H heat. These everyone's a little bit of all of them, kind of, maybe 2 or 3 or what, but like some are extreme cases of each, right? And to each man his own, and trying to find his own balance. And when things are tough, or you know, the big spotlight isn't there and it's smaller spotlights, sometimes it gets harder and harder and harder for people to deal with who've only been in that their whole life, who don't have other business skills or degrees or careers to rely on. Yeah. And if you're not and if you're not a woman and you're not willing to go to apartment wrestling porn for fucking dudes, like they can turn around and start showing their box on OnlyFans and make $1 million. What do guys got except for I got to stay in shape in case the call comes and I get to go work Comic-Cons? Like there's a weird double standard in what it is. Not to say you can't go get your cock out on OnlyFans if you want to, but then you're never like, even let's say it's bad for the women to do porn. If you were one of the guys doing it and you wanted to come back, that's closed to you. Like, so you're trapped, right? Like, but don't ever say that about the women, because you can't disrespect them. And like, it's just fucking crazy. At the end of the day, we're all whores, but we're bound by our whore agreement of how far we can take it into the weirdness and be able to maintain credibility or lose credibility, and it doesn't hurt us. It's weird, bro. It's weird.
I think a lot of people, and this is something that I discovered once I actually broke into the business and was around the business and was interacting with wrestlers 7 days a week and people in the business 7 days a week, and you get this bin. I don't think anyone outside of it really understands how much autism runs in wrestling and how many people are actually.
Dude, it's a fucking it's a retard moth to a flame, bro. Like wrestling is one of the #1 things that fucking draws that.
I'm not even saying it to be mean, bro, but like if you're in a locker room sometimes and some of the conversations that you overhear, or some
I'd
of the
say Disney's #1, wrestling's #2.
Dude, offline, I'm going to tell you some questions. Some new trainee who came up and started asking me backstage at a show that he was just there helping out at after his 2 weeks in the wrestling business. I'll tell you off air what the questions were, because that reaction I want to see.
Put a belt on him.
Oh, bro, even better. He's thinking way bigger, this kid.
This is the locker room, bro, too. So I appreciate your question about Renee. I wish I had more information about his state, but I'd probably protect that. I just know that he's, checking in, and that was better than kind of 6 weeks of silence where I wasn't sure what was going on with him. But it leads to the bigger thing of like, well, if you're talking about we're in the locker room, and I'd be like, just see Justin's post, right? Like, and I'm an ECW super fan, so I hold those guys in high esteem when I get to work with them. Even though referee Sideburns was the first hardcore champion, and then Justin Credible beat him for it, which was great. With the kendo stick, it was awesome. But like he was so, he's been so out of shape, and so like we were talking, you know what I mean? If we just stopped what we were doing this morning, like in our workout programs, it wouldn't take much to blow up like that. You know what I mean? And like, then you mix on everything else and your body shuts down and the money's not there. And you can't take bookings because you can't even really move that well, bro. And I had to help him put his work boots on and off at the end of the night, which I'm happy to do. You know what I mean?
Of course, we do
But
for you, boy.
I want to see guys not in that level of their life. I want to see everybody succeeding or trying to, or putting in effort, and then me saying, what can I do to help you get to that goal? These guys don't even really have a goal to get to. They're just trying to maintain day to day, week to week, with no idea what the future holds. And that's where I'm humbly thankful about having Ravens join. But what's my other addiction? Business, dude. I keep saying I want to be able to retire by X amount of age, young. I don't know if I cannot stop thinking about business all the time, making new businesses, fucking 3D print farms. Like, what the fuck are you thinking about 3D print farms for, asshole? You're in the cannabis game. Like, I just cannot stop, bro.
I'm at the same thing. Like, my brain won't shut off. Like, I find myself, I'll be like laying in bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm just like, thinking, like, what if I did a business? It was like a drive-through convenience store,
dude.
I'm just like, just a drive-in. You can just drive up. You know, what do you want? Red Bull, yeah, sweet loaf of bread.
They've got those out here. You don't have those there?
Not in Australia, bro. No.
That shit
we've
got them out
that
here.
Shit would go off like,
but my point is the addiction level of my brain when it comes to those things. I cannot stop. Thankfully, I've been able to use that to monetize in my way of life to hopefully provide a future for myself. But those other guys that were body guys, that was everything. And then when that's not enough, now you're on the road. You know what I mean? Excuse me.
Do you think it was those guys that they just focused too much on the present in being in the business, like banging rats, getting on the gas? You know what I mean? Like,
no, dude, because you got Ryder out there, you got a Chris Masters, like there's money there's fucking millions, and these guys are polished talents, but I have to wait for the next NXT crop that doesn't look like these guys who are really men now. Instead of boys playing wrestling, you got guys that you made in your program. You just cut them loose because we got enough out of them. No, their story of being cut loose and coming back as men to say, fuck this, I'm not a mark for the office anymore. I'm a man who's here to be the greatest wrestler on the planet, is the Stone Cold Steve Austin story. And you got it with Ryback, Chris Masters, Zack Ryder, whoever else that they fucking Killer Cross. Like, but will they ever swallow their pride, eat shit, and bring it back to then make $100 million instead of 10? I mean, more than that now, $1 billion off a guy? No, because we gotta put over who's in the fucking clique and who we deem is over, bro. It's such fucking idiocy inside the wrestling circus. Like, no real business operates like that. Hey, let me invest a fuck ton in great people, cut them loose, and get no return. Oh, okay.
Well, bro, it's funny, right? WWE coming to Australia, right? The list of talent that are going to be working those WWE shows, I got sent the list of the people that got approved that are going to be working.
Meechin's in the house, baby.
No, the actual like indie Australian talents are going to be working dark shows and shit. All like pretty much 90% Grayson Waller's boys, a few Rhea Ripley's training. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's literally like you look at some of the really good workers that we have here. It's like, yeah, go fuck yourself. You don't have a connection here, but nice try. Is what they got.
That's how it is, bro. That's when, like, I think Sean Spears is a phenomenal worker, but that's a guy that is Cody's dude that will be there forever because they're best friends. But they get no value out of Sean Spears. He's fucking awesome, dude. Like a guy that they could have got over, but they wanted to fuck with him. You know what I mean? Like it's unbelievable. I watched Spears at OVW his first year, and he knew what the fuck he was doing. You know, so he's so polished. Like his movement in the ring is like there's not one wasted move. And like, how much money did they get out of him? After all that they put in
that perfect 10 shit, that was fucking money.
It's because he came up with it and they didn't. So it can't be over because you came up with it. That's for somebody else. That's not for you.
But you know what? Like, good for him at least to have a job like for life there. Because you know what, bro? Like, after you've been there for a while, man, like say 10 plus years, you've made some decent money being there. And even if he ends up being a trainer or a fucking producer in the next 5 years, he's still going to be earning some decent bank, bro.
Yeah,
So
and his wife's the fucking smoke shows.
Good. Hey man, he came, he saw, he conquered down under.
Well, to get into some wrestling news here, unless you guys have anything else you wanted to go over.
That addiction shit is powerful talk, and if the Stooge Report gets back to any of the good brothers' names we mentioned today, it's not in any way to like this guy's fucking doing this and that. No, dude, it's everybody finds their own enlightenment through whatever that is. If that's pumping iron or whatever it is, or if it's fucking smoking one or at the booze, it all comes with a cost, Yeah. And you have to be able to balance it. And some guys can't, and it gets a hold of you. And there's opportunities to ask for help, to get help, receive help is the hardest part to actually apply it, but these guys got disciplined to fucking get up at 4 a.m. and get to the gym. They have the discipline inside them to make sure they're being as healthy as they can for their own good, not for the fans.
And you know what? I just want to say, like, just putting it out there as well. I was the one that asked Ben that question. Ben didn't know I was going to ask him about Renee. It was more of and I even said, like, shut it down if you didn't want to say it on air. It was more something I knew you were tight with him.
It's important. It's important.
I don't know him. I've never met him, never spoken to him. But to me, it was like, holy shit, he's someone I know that you're friends with. Just wanted to see, hey, is this dude cool?
Sure. Yeah.
So
no,
it's worse when they're doing it alone and you feel like nobody cares about you. So even if the Stooge Report does get back, I don't give a fuck, because at least they know because they'll watch it and be like, what do they say about me? Because that's the first fucking wrestling paranoia thing that kicks in. And then it is that fuck it, bro. I tell Vince and Stevie that it's not like we hang out in person every day, but we're connected through this fucking weird internet thing and our passion for wrestling. And I've lost fucking friends way young. So it's important to let people know that I love them and that I tell that to them, because tomorrow ain't guaranteed. And especially if somebody's their own worst enemy and they're not hearing that and they're by themselves, that makes it way harder, to kick out. So 100%. By all means, and if they need me to tell you to fucking chin up, big guy, and fucking let's fucking do this, and you got to check in every day, so fucking be it.
Yeah, man. As I say to some of my friends that have come to me with problems like that, it's like, man, I'd rather listen to hours of your problems than listen to a minute of a eulogy.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfectly well said. Yep. Kenny Powers asking, how's Big Sal doing? I just talked to him in the Horseman chat. I should give him a video call. I miss him. I love him too. One of my fucking favorite human beings to share the planet with, Big Sal Allah, and he seems like he's doing well, man. I know he'll probably be excited winter's coming so he can go stomp around in the snow barefoot like the big Yeti that he fucking is.
Well, it would be nice to see maybe some returns of Conspiracy Horsemen on the brand new patreon.com/hopping.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
That'd be nice to see.
I got a few conspiracies I want to throw out there. So if it does, man, I'd love to come and be on that one.
Sure.
Have me.
For situations like, you guys are talking about here with Renee and other professional wrestlers, it just seems still to me that in 2025, I know Andrew Yang was supposed to help us get this union, but like what, it seems, it's still shocking to me that wrestlers don't have a union itself, or have some sort of support system in place.
Yeah. What's interesting, Matt, and I'll kick this right back to you because you're a rising star in independent film world and doing great work, in all aspects of theater and podcasting and production as well. But if everybody's under the thumb of Ari Emanuel, who's the most powerful agent in Hollywood, why does WWE not have SAG cards?
That's a great question as well. That is a great question as well.
Especially since they came over to TKO, right? Like,
yeah,
maybe it's only a matter of time.
That would have seemed like a Vince McMahon block in the past to not do that. But now, like, that's not on TKO. Like, fucking let the boys pay their union dues. They're on TV. It's been long enough, and fucking get the benefits if they want it.
That's a fair point too. I'm surprised that opportunity hasn't arisen, or at least that's what they're fighting for, right? Because then you could put the onus of the union on the SAG Actors Guild, and the wrestling doesn't have to have any of their fingerprints on it at all. They could just
But
be
then
like,
when
oh,
you
yeah,
look-
Maybe they have to have a more premium price because they're. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was just
No,
saying,
there you go.
go to your union rep. You know, if you want to complain about anything, don't come
Yeah.
to us, right?
And it makes Ari look good. Like, I just brought all these people to the union who are now going to pay union dues. You know, like what, and if it's not for SAG, what do stuntmen belong to?
That's true. I believe they belong to SAG. I want to say.
But then what happens with AEW talent? Do they get invited over to this as well? 'Cause- or is this-
Absolutely, they should. Yes, 100%. Like, all the boys, anybody who is on TV, and you could even say, really, anybody who's doing the live theater performance of it at the indie level, if you wanted to pay those premiums to have the benefits and the union dues, why wouldn't you? Because it'd be the same as going from theater to movies. Someone would have to get you into SAG to be onto that. So if you're going from the indies to WWE or NXT, or even if you're going to be an extra, that's how you get guys from the indies their SAG card. Like, if you're going to be enhancement talent for Omos's return or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You just got in. If you were on SmackDown or Raw, why not?
Fuck. That would be a massive. That would be a massive increase. But
Yeah.
if they didn't Ventura like basically tell WWF back in the day to fuck off and went and did a movie to get his SAG credentials?
Yeah, but he was trying to get all that in. He says he was in.
He was
in an elevator with an NFL guy, and the guy turns and says, "Why don't you guys have fucking?" And that was like, his kind of brainchild of like, I'm gonna go do it, but that's a lot of work, and that's why Andrew Yang's fucking bullshit ass wasn't gonna do a fucking thing to do that. But SAG's already made, so you don't need to build a wrestling union, which is not an easy fucking thing to do from the ground up. You know what I mean? With all the bullshit, just call us what we are. Nobody wants to be called what we are. Action actors, stuntmen actors. That's all we are. Everyone's like, they're professional athletes. No, we're not. We are not out there fucking calling the plays on the fly. Unless somebody's hurt and calling matches to each other. Everything is predetermined. Everything is scripted. And yeah, the only thing that's real is throwing your body around like a retard to make it all believable. Like, that is it. So don't say that we're not a fucking scripted show. If anybody went out there and went out into business for themselves, they're screwed. Except the only difference is we can't go cut, redo the take. They do sometimes when they miss a slam. But if Tiffy Time goes into business for herself off script, talking about Charlotte's divorces, heat's coming down. You can get fired on a show for doing that, making up lines in the script by yourself on Sopranos. Oh, I thought my character would say this. Oh, just read the fucking script, idiot.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it would definitely
put where we are.
It would put more restrictions on the talent.
Maybe they just get them out of their heads that there's something that they're not. They believe there's something that they are not.
Yeah, exactly.
And you put them on ESPN next to Real Sports. It's bull. When you have the people who talk about Real Sports having to talk shit about, oh, do you think that Becky Lynch is going to beat AJ Lee in the fucking? Shut the fuck up, dude. It's not. It's all fucking bullshit. So then, if it's that, then why are we not in the same thing that George Clooney is in?
100%. Like it's performance art at its best, or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate calling wrestling art because I don't want to sound like one of those fucking they them retards.
Of course, it's art, bro. The way people have to move their bodies and the rhythm of what's going on and the monologues and the character. That's the definite. It's the culmination of all art. Wrestling can handle the work. Can handle anything from a dance off to a fucking iguana to a guy putting a sock on his fucking hand to, live sex celebrations.
Hey,
Like,
pal.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
the worst handle anything. And then in between is snap suplex, fucking roll through,
No, I just hate those people that turn around and go, "This is my art." You know what I mean? Like you see those like twats on fucking Twitter and shit. It's like, check out my art. It's like, no, it's your wrestling match, dude. Call it
Yeah,
that.
but I would say, then say, look at Gold Dust.
That's one way to like get your information out there a little bit differently though than saying, "Here's check out my match." You could say, "Check out my art." Maybe you're appealing to a broader audience who hadn't even thought about watching pro wrestling.
Maybe you become an Andy Warhol-esque character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll send you a couple of the posts that I've seen.
But my thing is, get away from the wrestling stamp. Lean into the fact that, yeah, I'm as good of an actor as your favorite movie star, and let's see Brad Pitt's ass get out here and do tackle, drop down, leapfrog, hip toss. Then
but
maybe I'll fuck, that's why the guys in what the fuck's the MJF movie, the wrestling movie with
The Von
Erich's movie. Yeah, at least the fucking kid from there was like, these wrestlers are better actors than fucking we could ever be, especially in stunts, because they had to take a couple bumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Zac Efron was putting it over huge. He was like, man, what they do is like on another level. It's like,
so all your favorite Jason Momoa shit and all that's fucking bullshit, dude. Roman's the one who's 10 times, and Roman knows that too, so but I did see a story about Roman feeling like his body's feeling like shit right now, dude, and with a guy who's had 2 bouts of leukemia pop up on him and come back, that had me concerned too, as I guess today is concern for the boys' day, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm feeling like shit, and he's had a lot more high-level matches than I have, and you only get so many punches on your bump card, and I think he's well past his, and I think it's really starting to creep up on him now, dude. And with those Samoans, like we were talking about off camera, being older, fatter, balder, dude, once they stop working out and whatnot, they can catch some morbid obesity real quick just based on their own genetics, right?
yeah.
But then I go, Yokozuna fucking Roman, it might be in for that. You know what I mean? Should Roman put on 280 pounds?
500 pound Samoan Superman punch.
He just comes back huge, bro. He doesn't give a fuck.
For those what you're talking about here, he was recently on Pat McAfee, and Roman Reigns said, "I feel like crap. My body does not feel good. I was down there in Australia to film Street Fighter not too long ago. The flight back and forth has not been nice. I've been jet lagged, I feel like, for 4 weeks in a row now. So why not just go down there and try to kill myself? It is what it is. We're going headed against the wall, Goldberg style, just reckless abandon. You can't do much worse than I feel now. So let's just go mess it up physically." So I don't know if he's being facetious there at the end, but he definitely doesn't sound like he's in a good mode right now.
How could you be, bro? In the amount that he's been on the road since
he's not getting private jets, from the WWE down there. You think he's
from Australia to America?
Bro, that's fine, dude. But like, I just flying from Houston to Jamaica with one stop. That was only 5.5 hours, and being in that upright fetal position, I was fucked up for 2 days.
Well, that's why you got to get him the first class Saudi Arabia flights where he can lay down. You know what I mean?
My point, that's fine, and he probably does have that. But when you're fucked up at the level he has, bro, remember when Brett would say, I'd get out of fucking bed, I have to take 10 pills just to get out of fucking bed. Kurt Angle taking 80 fucking pills, bro.
Fuck.
A day. Like,
yeah.
When you take the fucking Saudi bumps, the Hell in the Cells, everything that Roman has taken, is spear with Brock, like a lot, dude. Like, there is no coming back from that. Like I said, we were talking off camera about the regenerative spinal injections and shit like that. I'm hopeful, not just for me, but I would love to see that for Timmy Baltimore, for Stevie, for a ton of the boys, bro. You know what I mean? Are we really there? What are we kayfabing these technologies for? Oh, scientists came up with this. Yeah, who's the scientist? What university? Where? And how the fuck do I sign up? Please tell me, because my back is fucking killing me, and my buddies are way worse. Now go 24 hours to Perth. Sweet. I get to work the main event and then fly home the next day. Yay! And then expect to walk, dude. Fans don't understand, man. Once your bump card is punched and you fucking went from flat back bumping to bumping on one side, and that became your bad side, then you switch to the other one, and now that's the bad side, and now everything's done. That's it, buddy. There is no comeback from that. And a guy like that who's got all the money in the world to go get stem cells, and he's still fucked up, that'll tell you the true cost of pro wrestling.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. 100%, man. People don't understand how much, like, just a fucking bump, man. Even if you bump wrong, like accidentally take a bump wrong, which can happen, you know what I mean? That can fucking hurt.
There is no fucking good bump where you're like, oh, that was good, I'm fine.
Yeah, like there's no bump you do and go, I felt nothing. Like it goes, oh fuck, that sucked, but I can get up and walk. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like you go, okay, yeah, I can get up after that, but it didn't feel nice. Like,
yeah, dude. Well, like when he gets up or I get up or Stevie or anybody, I'm sure you guys too, it's just old man shit. Fucking knee cracks, thigh cracks, hip crack, lower back, middle spine, shoulder, and then neck, just to stand up out of the chair. Like 12, 13, like, let me get the fucking oil can, right? Fucking Wizard of Oz going. Like,
dude, you know the neck exercise you do when you warm up at training or laying on the ring?
Show me that exercise again you were doing right there.
Yeah, anyway, so you basically lay flat down and you just bend your neck up and down. My neck, literally every time I do it, it just creaks. Every movement I go like that. Yeah. Like, and even my buddy was like, what's that fucking noise? Like this. I go, oh, that's my neck. And he's like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Now imagine you got to get speared on fucking the elimination chamber floor. Fucking get up the next day and do autographs.
I'm not comparing myself to work.
Yeah, I say, fuck these Make-A-Wish kids. I ain't going nowhere. Fuck them. I'm going to get a massage. I'll see you guys at fucking Showtime call time.
Let me ask you. I had another story that had popped up here. Was The Rock has issued a public statement about his film The Smashing Machine underperforming at the box office. So over the weekend, it was reported that Dwayne The Rock Johnson's film The Smashing Machine did a disappointing performance, only opening with $6.2 million. It was originally tracking at $20 million, and it has a $50 million budget. Said, from deep within my grateful bones, thank you to everyone who's watched The Smashing Machine. In our storytelling world, you can't control box office results, but what I realize is you can control your performance and your commitment to completely disappear and go elsewhere. And I will always run to that opportunity. It was my honor to transform this role for director Benny Safdie. Thank you, brother, for believing me. Do you think The Rock's time in Hollywood as a true box office megastar is coming to an end?
No, I don't.
Interesting.
No. Okay. It's just going to take the right.
His last couple of movies have been big flops.
He's trying to go out and do things that are like
but he was a Marvel. He was a Marvel superhero on that flop too. You know what I mean? Like,
he also made a fuck ton of Moana.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's not on The Rock at the end of the day. Like, you were in a movie that just won an award. Did you have a lot to do with all the editing, all the exactly, right? So it's easy to go, there's the big star, put it on him, when there's not possibly the right promotion machine behind it. Where was UFC and TKO? Shouldn't they have been way out in front of this, promoting the fuck out of it, having Rock at that? Like, this is my addiction business. I'm seeing huge marketing holes in this, you know what I mean? Full sit downs with Mark Kerr about the movie with The Rock on tour together. Where is this? So I understand. I watched the movie on surfshark.com/Steph. And it was interesting. And I will say The Rock's performance is damn good. even though
Okay.
sometimes when he, you're like, it's hard to lose him as The Rock and believe that he's Mark Kerr, but because you can see, we're so used to seeing The Rock's face, but there's some takes, whether they're touched up or something they did to him, where it really is good acting and like a high tense drama. But the movie itself, like I watched Pride and all those early UFCs. So all they really did in the action was like, oh, I remember when he did that takedown or he did the fin. They like recreated the Pride stuff, but it really didn't have much stakes in it. You were just watching a movie recreation of what I had watched as a kid to some degree. And what it pops me in is the weird choice in how they wrote this, and it's the basis of the entire screenplay, is that Mark Kerr's obviously fucking gas to the gills body guy, but he's a super nice guy, and it's in a genuine way, right? But got it, like we talked about other Good Brothers, addicted to looking crazy good, and this is what my shake contains this week and not what it contained last week, and that how he nicely works doctors to get more gas so he can stack, and then he gets addicted to painkillers that he's injecting too. And that's the whole basis of the story, where he gets that level of pride. You think he's going to win, but he doesn't. Mark Coleman wins. So really the underlying thing is steroids have three side effects: money, popularity, and fame, right? Yep. And muscle, sorry. But he doesn't win in the end. Mark Coleman wins, even though that's his boy. And then they cut to like Mark Kerr lives a nice life, and they show him getting his own groceries at the grocery store, and a super nice guy. However, it takes a long time to get there. And the whole underlying premise of that theme would be strive for greatness, but overabundance of steroids and painkillers will eventually keep you from achieving your ultimate goal. You can go on to live a great life and have experienced a lot of things, but it comes with a cost. That's the underlying statement of it, right? Crazy girlfriends, da-da-da-da. That was 25 to 30 years ago that story gets told over. What does The Rock do to play Mark Kerr? Mark Kerr just did a ton of gas and fucking got huge. What does The Rock do?
Shreds weight.
A ton of fucking gas.
Learns gas.
What is the moral of the story? Don't overindulge, or you might not hit your goal of fucking being the great one that you are. Here's the movie about it that doesn't hit the mark while you do a ton of gas to tell the fucking story, bro. I'm just going, am I stuck on a retard loop right here? Like, what is, and people are like, Rock got a 15-minute standing ovation, right? What are the side effects of steroids?
Popularity, fame, and
small balls.
It's crazy, bro. Like, I was watching the movie, I finished, I was like, the performance was what it was supposed to be. Here's what the theme is. And you did the theme of what not to do the movie. I mean, that's sacrifice. That's what he possibly had to do. It's not like Rock is any stranger to that, being in our business, but it was just the ironic chuckle to me of all that underneath the surface as I watched it. And it's not as captivating enough of a story to draw at the box office. And that's my honest opinion. Was it a good movie and very like what seemed accurate and believable? Yes. And I thought his performance was very good, but I don't think it's a draw movie where people are like, you got to go see The Smashing Machine, because there is no happy ending aside from like, and everything worked out and I get my groceries and I'm a nice guy.
I think the story itself, like Mark Kerr, and I was a huge Pride fan, right? But he wasn't like the guy in Pride. Like he was he was a decent fighter, and his documentary came out 20-something years ago, which was a good documentary. I just feel like The Rock saw this story and went, this seems like a good idea. I'm going to do it. And the public just go, do we really give a fuck about Mark Kerr in 2025? No disrespect. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but okay, he's a fighter, did a bunch of steroids.
Absolutely, we could have cared about him. That's where you can't just make a good movie and hope it catches fire because you're The Rock
Right.
and people know, and that's what they sold on. We got The Rock for this, and $7 Productions is going to get in, and it's low budget. It's only 50 million, which isn't a lot to make a movie, to be honest with you, at that level. And I thought it was money well spent. Dude, you know who really shines in the movie? Mark Coleman as himself and Boss Rutan as himself.
Oh,
Boss is fucking awesome. Like, it's very, very good with the supporting and what it makes you feel like if you lived through the original Pride stuff and watched it. But
yeah,
the theme is what echoes for The Rock to have to do to play the part of don't do this, but now go and do this and we'll applaud you for it. So it is interesting, bro, but I think it will go down as a high quality movie in The Rock's repertoire, a lot better than The Tooth Fairy.
Oh, dude, I want to see it. I want to see it just because I was a huge Pride fan, right?
Well, surfshark.com/Steph, and you can go see it at swatchseries.is right now, and it's a good bootleg.
But do you think like The Rock wasn't the right fit for this role? Like, obviously, based on being a Jack Samoan.
I don't know who the fuck else could get that big because Mark Kerr was that big. You'd have and be able to deliver the performance. There's a lot of tension between kind of like the girlfriend who is a gold digger but not, and things like that, and where he has to like calm her down and she's flipping out and like embraces her, and they do a lot of like let me get a reaction shot from The Rock, and he does a lot. The best acting we do is when we say nothing at all, and his character in this, the way they shoot it, there's probably half a dozen takes where you really get the character of Mark Kerr of what he's going through because of how The Rock's acting ability portrays it. So I do tip my hat to The Rock, but everyone's putting heat on him. It's not marketed right, and I don't understand. Well, here's what my paranoid wrestling mind goes. There's heat between TKO and $7 Productions, whether it's because of WWE or whatnot. Why, if this movie was going to drop, well, we have fucking the Marine 5. We've been through every goddamn Marine movie there is. We're not gonna fucking put over The Rock. This movie on UFC, bombard it everywhere. Make sure you see the Smashing Machine just to get the wrestling fan base and the UFC fan base to definitely see it and go see it in theaters is the call to action message. So we can make sure the box office is up. So Rock's next project will be it. To not do that seems like sabotage to me. That there's some
between Rock and Tico.
Yes,
The Rock hasn't been seen on WWE television or TKO or UFC shows since the Cena heel turn, and he fucked off. So clearly,
let me put it to you this way: we go back to Travis Scott, Cody, all that shit, right? Rock's the man. I want your soul, Cena. We're Rock is probably calling the shots and fucking big leaguing. Plus, they got Roman in their pocket and the rest of the Samoans. So there's a weird divide there, right? That's unspoken. This is just upper level wrestling heat of what I can imagine. Rock thinks he can call the shots, take as much time as he wants to on the mic. Fuck Triple H. I'm the man. I'm your boss here. Did we not hear those lines? Yep. Why would he not use that power to fucking get his own movie over? That means there has been you think you're the fucking boss? Okay. No, we're not promoting that. We're not promoting that. So now they'll tear him down and go, his movie was a flop. He needs us. He needs wrestling. And they tear him down to just do a fuck you instead of everybody going, let's all get in on the Smashing Machine and fucking Mark Kerr's at Raw. Mark Kerr's here, like with The Rock to get it over. Cover of Sports Illustrated, ESPN. Do we have an ESPN deal? Can we do a fucking sit down with The Rock on Netflix where it's him and Mark Kerr back and forth, what he was thinking is like none of this was figured in and done. And it's all right there on a silver platter for him, which means somebody's pissed at somebody and they said, we'll show you how fucking big you are or not big you think you are.
What about
and people think just because someone's on a board of directors being on the board of directors just does not mean that you're in charge of any fucking part of the company. It just means you go and you have a quarterly meeting every 3 months. You sit down, you hear the fucking the financials of the business, how they're growing, how they're not growing, what they're doing to grow. And then that's about the fucking end of it. You're not sitting there giving your opinions on how you can fucking do the slightest things in part of the business, right? Like, I think people are fucking confused by this. I think people think The Rock has a lot more fucking power than what he probably actually does.
Well, he's got a lot of work on his plate to get this XFL thing I've heard about relaunched. So
Yeah,
it's going to be
USFL,
big year
XFL.
for XFL. Maddie, go ahead.
Oh, I was
Sorry.
gonna say,
No, you're absolutely right on that. On like, he probably doesn't even do that. It's all by proxy, or somebody who works for Brian Gerwitz is in on the call for that. He's not. Rock's not there. Oh, percentages are up.
Ubaba brings up a good point, though. He said, I think they disconnected Rock from wrestling, so the movie would be looked at more seriously by the Academy and all the awards bigwigs. What do you think about that?
I think everybody wants to be a muscle-bound retard, and it doesn't matter where you fucking come from. You would have watched it, and TV is programming. And if TKO's whole MO is sell ad space, and they're involved in it, and Ari is The Rock's manager, is he not?
Yeah, I believe so.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it is very confusing. You're right.
Like, why wouldn't the UFC? Okay, fair enough. Even if they're taking to disconnect wrestling, so
yeah,
he
why
could.
wouldn't they promote it on
Academy
UFC
Award?
shows then? Yeah.
The UFC owns fucking Pride. Why aren't they then going, hey, Mark Kerr promotion out now? Hey, UFC app, come and check out and subscribe to the UFC app. We've got all of Pride's
Japan
shows.
tour. Like, half the fucking movie takes place in Japan.
Right?
And
They
they
can
put
sit
over-
there and go, they own the fucking Pride label. How about they go do a Pride show, bring back the Pride ring, get the fucking.
I would have premiered it in Tokyo.
100%, bro. 100% agree.
Like, these are basic fucking business decisions that the boys in the locker room are going, where is it? And because it's not there, they either think they're way over and they don't need any promotion, the people are just going to go do it and they're that dumb about it, or something big is going on in a power struggle backstage at TKO. And I'm more leaning to that, mainly because of the lack of promotion of how things should have been done for this, and what we've seen with the failed John Cena turn. Something has happened. Something happened right after WrestleMania or right before it.
There's definitely, like, it's been weird. Like, even the whole, like, Cena, like, face turn was fucking weird and out of nowhere. It was like out of complete left turn. It was almost like, we're fucked here. We got to do something.
You know, it's not fucked. Hate bots back in the house. His favorite memory of Mark Kerr is when he basically knocked himself out in 2004. You dumb bastard. Yeah, man. Good to see the chat room filled up today as we're 40 strong here on the Friday locker room, bringing it home, man. I mean, there was other wrestling headlines, nothing too crazy. I saw Kurt Angle put it over as very legit of his experience. Almost deja vu watching the movie, but he wasn't in the movie, which was weird to me.
He's the one that beat him too, right? Kurt Angle
Yeah.
beat Mark Kerr to get into the Olympics.
Yeah. So yeah, none of that Foxcatcher stuff was in there. They referenced it, but it's worth seeing. It's worth on surfshark.com/Steph. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know if I don't, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't have bought a ticket to the movie theater to go see it based on how not, promoted it was, and not really knowing or making me care about it. So
The Rock's a 50-year-old guy, and he's playing Mark Kerr when Mark Kerr was in his 20s. Like, is it kind of like, is it believable at the time? Like, when the time
it's
frames-
hard because the wig, he's got this fucking shitty wig on that's like Mark Kerr's hair was, but like we're just so used to the Rock's face, but the fact that they've got the tattoos all covered up helps.
Yeah.
And then the Rock does a good job at, Mark Kerr's got a very soft voice. You would think doing that much gas, he'd fucking sound like Jordan Grace, but he doesn't. So Rock has a good in there to make a believable character through the voice. And then his acting has improved. It's those scenes that are the close-up reaction shot at the end where Rock really shines when he's not even saying anything. Like that's how I judge how an actor and a director can, whoever your director of photography is, if they're really on the same page of what they're trying to convey in that scene. And I think Rock delivers. Like, I never fully go, oh, it's not The Rock, but there's a lot of scenes where I do lose myself and being like, oh, Rock's acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got other headlines here, but we've gone over an hour.
Yeah,
here.
we're all good, man. It's locker room headlines, whatever. No, I'm sorry. What the fuck are you sorry for?
It's all good. We don't need to talk about any of that. It was just,
I feel like I threw some high spots in there. I'm sorry.
It was just filler content anyway. Just, headlines and bullshit. Pierce, what do you got going on with you, buddy?
Not much. You can find me at your local bar or brothel. I'll be drinking mainly there. Hit me up on Instagram or Twitter at the Piers Austin.
All right. Well, of course, you can check out my podcast at South Park Pod on all podcast outlets. Episode number 300 just dropped yesterday, our 300th podcast. We've been doing it since December of 2019. December 25th, 2019 was our first episode. So we're getting close to our 6-year anniversary as well.
Wow.
So go ahead and check that out. And we're about next. Don't forget to check out Modern Folklore movie trailer is out right now on YouTube. The movie drops here in less than 10 days on Apple, Google Play, Fandango at home, and Amazon Prime. And that's all I got. South Park Pod on YouTube. Check that out. Like, subscribe. I'd appreciate that. We do top takeaway videos as well as we do podcast in video format. They're on a delay because we got to try and get past the copyright. Thanks, YouTube. But you can check it out there anytime. South Park Pod on YouTube. Ben Hameen, Watertown, New York.
Yeah.
Coming up here.
Town of Water. Yeah.
Town of Water. Tickets are dropping tomorrow. I know me and Baba we're going to try and snag some tickets, try to come up there. But anything you can give us, any insight, any, maybe some hints on who else might be announced there at the upcoming show?
I wish I could, because there's a lot of names being kicked around, kicked around. So we'll see if, we get the Bang Bang Gang, Bullet Club together, or who else maybe flying back in. But I know things are under discussion at the highest level. I'm politicking for what I can. Hopefully I can make it work, but I got to close something maybe in the next week or two, because you don't want to lose a booking on a guy when we can make a moment. So nothing I can super stooge. I think I'm going to go for a shitty 6, because that's what I'm known for. But the least shittiest 6 I can possibly book at the best price, maybe. But no, we'll have a lot of fun with it, man. I know Russo's coming up to his Airbnb in October, end of November. I'm going to talk to him about maybe doing a signing at Ravens Joint. I just got to see what his schedule is. And I'll just be selling the best cannabis every day, man, at ravensjoint.com. And so if you guys are coming up to do some leaf peeping or the 2CW show, we'll definitely have, I'm sure, something exclusive at Ravens Joint for fans of the meet and greet, because you can just hop on the highway and head up 81 after that to the show in Watertown. And whether it's the Hardys or there's going to be plenty more.
Frank brings it up here, actually, so I'll ask you, where's a good area then, I guess, to get a hotel?
Yeah, if you're driving, best place is just kind of Syracuse, because Watertown's just north of Syracuse, and you can just hop on 81 and go right to it. So Watertown's pretty much known for Fort Drum military base. There's a couple there, but it's not like how Cuse is. So I'll actually look right in Clay, New York, right by Ravens Joint on Route 31. There's like a Comfort Inn and some other ones, and I'll see if I can get us a rate. So I'll look into that in the next 48 hours and see, if there's something we can reserve for fans who want to book that, and you guys could contact them if that's something you're interested in. Another place, if you're looking for a little more upscale, a little farther from Watertown, but exit 33 on the 90 is Turning Stone Casino. There's plenty of hotels right there at the casino, or La Quinta, or other pop-up motels. So definitely some opportunities. Also, always great Airbnbs around, camp season, all that kind of stuff. So if you got any other questions, let us know in the comments. We'll try and keep a look. Or I know there's been a lot of issues with that Hameen Media Group Twitter. We got hacked from Riyadh, or they tried to, and then Twitter thought it was a bot. So we're disputing that. Trying to get Kaz back online to get out all the clips, you guys. And I know he's trying to work with Russo Brand. Yeah. Like right when I was coming back from Jamaica, like there was logins, like a ton of login attempts. I looked on there, it came from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Fucking sounds.
Yeah, dude. So, it's hey, YouTube's back. You can't get banned for saying COVID, and definitely Twitter's a free speech platform, but if you get hacked by Saudis for saying true shit about comedians who are going to Saudi Arabia to sell out everything, then all bets are off. So, but y'all, man, you know where to find me here, Hameen Media Group, and the Facebook. You guys join over there. Plenty going on with all your sports betting for Sundays. Great job, Javin, and the rest of the crew putting up some great picks. Hopefully you guys can increase your FanDuel or DraftKings or whatever you got going on. RBV, feel better, and all the good brothers out there going through it. This is the Friday Locker Room, and we talk shit about you all. Yes, we do. YOLO. Don't do that.